Hello, kittens. Hello, viewers. Hello, Mama. He's okay. It's okay, Mama. She still has a very healthy appetite. Hello, Mom. It's okay. You're safe here. There we go. There's the Mama. Okay, Mom, I'll pet you first. Not on the babies. She's a first time mom. She still hasn't mastered the flop around the kittens yet. My last foster mom did the same thing. The kittens will squeak, saying, "Get off me, Mom!" And she'll move, and they'll climb out. They won't suffocate or get harmed in any way. Yeah, if the kittens look like they're big, they're not. Mama's very small. I looked up her paperwork, and she was found as a stray, a very pregnant stray in Everett. I mean, not Everett, in Marysville, Washington, and then was taken to the Everett Animal Shelter where she gave birth to the kittens. So there's nothing really known of her history. You want some noms, Mama? You want some yummies? I can get you yummies. You like these yummies. She loves the canned food. Especially currently she's being fed Royal Canin Baby Cat, which is high calorie. She's so tiny because she got pregnant young, which stunts their growth, ends their growth, that is. Breakfast in bed. Come over here. All their energy that their bodies would have put forth towards growing are now put forth towards taking care of the kittens, and they stop growing. Come on, Mama. She's still a little cautious. You can tell by her posture here, where she's staying low to the ground. Coax her out for the food. There we go, Mama. Eat up. Yeah. So a viewer mentioned that a friend said if cats get pregnant that young, the kittens are born, sometimes born stillborn. That definitely increases the chance. But pretty much no matter how many litters they've had, there's a good chance for stillborn litters because the mama cats can conceive at any point during their pregnancy. So sometimes they conceive kittens long after they became pregnant. And when they give birth, those kittens aren't viable because they hadn't had enough time to bake, so to speak. Letting them get used to my scent is part of their socialization. They they don't really get too nervous because they can smell mama on the towel, and the towel is a familiar scent to them right now. They may hiss though, which at this age just looks like they're breathing really fast. And it sounds the same too. Question was asked, did I change that clip to blue to match a towel for the OCD folks? Yes, I did. I was about to put a black one there, and I was like, nah, I better match. I made it blue. Here. Oh, that one matches. This one doesn't. Didn't care because can't see it anyway. I have wondered if I was wise in naming the kittens after antagonist in the Looney Tunes universe. We'll have to see how that turns out. Oh, Penelope just made just the biggest little tiny yawn. Taz, the gray one, is the lightest of the four, but he had the biggest gain last night. Gained nearly a whole ounce. As long as they keep gaining weight, I won't have to worry about supplementing their intake. So far, all four seem to be perfectly healthy. You looking for your brothers? Here you go. Mama doesn't take any offense to me petting her while she's eating. So I think that she was owned at one point, either became lost or kicked out. For those in the chat asking for a Big Bang Theory litter, I don't watch the show, so I just cut your odds dramatically. It's okay, Mama. One of my cats just knocked something down outside, probably, well, something. And she's off to stare at the door. Question was asked, have I ever fostered a feral cat? Not a cat, but I've fostered feral kittens, semi-feral. If you view the Critter Room on Facebook, I have a album called The Feral Fosters and another one called 4-H Fosters, in which two of those were semi-feral. If you view the Critter Room videos, you can see where I was working on taming some of the semi-ferals. How I came up with the Looney Tune theme was that the director of Purrfect Pals, Connie, she was fostering the kittens for a few days until I could take them, and she said I had to name one of them Marvin. So I was like, okay. I almost named him after Babylon 5, which, if you like sci-fi series, Babylon 5 is probably one of the higher rated ones. Excellent story, excellent characters, good acting. I need to ask if I have a listing of all the foster groups I've had. I have a photo album on the Critter Room on Facebook for each one. Some of them stayed for some of them stayed with me for up close to half a year if they were sick. Some of them stayed maybe 2 weeks. The shortest run was the Anarchy Fosters, which were 12 hours. They were 4-week-old kittens with no mama and required far more attention than I was able to provide. Abby asked if I signed Addie's cast. No, I have not. I have not seen her except on the webcam. If you haven't heard, Addie from my last group of fosters broke her hind leg. It's a good break. It should be able to heal with no after effects. Her little kitten energy just knew no bounds, but her little leg did. She's got a big cast on her right now that'll allow her to grow into it. She seems to be perfectly fine, if not disappointed that she can't run and jump through the air. She tested the theory that kittens can fly. Busted. She tested the theory that kittens are made out of rubber. Busted. Although at this age, they are made out of rubber. I think they're no longer made of rubber as soon as they get adopted. Actually, they set up a webcam for Addie. If you look above the chat, you'll see my picture. To the right of my picture is a label 8 following. If you shift or control click on that following link, it'll open up in a new browser window. You don't want to close this one down. I mean, kittens. And if you scroll all the way down, you'll see a link for Allison, and she's the one who adopted Addie. Is Mama young? Yes, she's estimated at 1 year. Connie thinks she's actually closer to 10 months. Are you listening to me, Sylvester? Sylvester has a little soul patch there. That's a little itty bitty beard just underneath the lip. Sylvester's holding up his head pretty well. Eyes are still closed. I don't expect to see the eyes opening for at least another 5 days. The kittens are 1 week old today. They were born July 23rd. As far as the weights, Marvin remains the largest at 7.7 ounces, 218 grams, followed by Sylvester at 7.2 ounces, 204 grams, followed by Penelope, 6.6 ounces, 187 grams, and lastly, Taz at 6.2 ounces, 176 grams. Taz, while the lightest, had the biggest gain yesterday. Looks like I got a really good downward angle on the camera. Let me see. Okay, there's only about 10 inches of the cam that you can't see. Of this area right underneath the cam. Over here, mama. There we go. Lay down. There we go. Now I can pet you, and they can see you, and your babies can nurse at the same time. Question was asked, why did Carrie get a shaved belly but not Hazel? Carrie was spayed. Hazel will get one when she gets her spay, along with Penelope when she gets her spay. They will once the kittens have all hit 2 pounds, at least 8 weeks, and healthy, they will all go up for their neuter and spay, and then the weekend after that is likely their adoption event. I love you too. The females actually get a green tattoo near the spay incision, so that if they ever turn up as a stray at another vet, they will see that they've already been spayed if they shave their belly, and will not repeat the procedure. the ex-mom that was outside. She doesn't go outside of the cage area much. She spends most of her time in with the kittens. She jumps down if she wants to use the litter box. When she relaxes a little more, she'll probably spend more time outside, which is good for the kittens because they get to exercise more once they start moving around, which is good for the development. Bellies. Kittens at this age cannot go to the bathroom by themselves, so mama has to help. Some people may think it's a little disgusting, but it's just a fact of life. It has to be done. Mama will stimulate their bottoms by licking it, and then she consumes their waste. It's not actually poo as you and I would think of it. It's well, it's their nursing is more of just like a yellow paste. And this is an uncensored view into the life of fostering kittens. You will see incredibly cute stuff like this, and you will see some lesser desirable things like kittens throwing up, pooing on the camera. And you will hear me cheering for them once they start going by themselves. There you go, my little turtle. There you go as a reward. Since I have the cam up pretty loud where you can hear them suckling and nursing, you might even hear them pooing too, just as a fair warning. Mom has a pretty quiet purr. I can only tell that she's purring by resting my finger on her throat. So if you hear him purring, that's probably the kittens. And sometimes they sound like little rootin' pigs when they're moving around too. Yeah, I can definitely hear itty bitty kitty purrs. I think the one I hear is Taz. It's matching his breathing. I think Sylvester is stuck upside down, dreaming. There you go, little Sylvester. I mean, don't worry about them being not being able to breathe if they having other kittens laying on top of them, or even Mama. They won't suffocate. Mama's just barely 7 pounds. I've been extremely fortunate in that I haven't lost any fosters yet. So this is my 38th set, and pretty much every litter in the past 2 years were newborns or close to it. I've had some come close, like one of Miranda's kittens. She had to go to a bottle feeder because she stopped nursing and she wouldn't let me nurse her with a bottle, I should add. A couple close calls. 3 of the Anarchy kittens did pass, but they were not in my care at the time. Yes, I was Runty McRutton's son of Miranda's kittens. She actually grew to be heavier and stronger and healthier than the rest of the kittens, and she was able to be adopted before anybody else was. Question is cat flu a big issue in our area? I think it's a big issue everywhere. Many of my cats come down with coccidia and need to get medication for it, like the last litter and the one before that. Sometimes they come to me sick, like the Advent kittens, which were the ones right before Miranda's, and are one before that, one either or, and needed to get a lot of eye medication. One of my first sets, the Sweet Hot Fosters, one of the kittens in there, Tony, nearly died from coccidia. He had to be in Purrfect Pals care for a month before I was able to let him rejoin the rest of his litter mates. Question is, what's Hazel's history? She was found as a stray in Marysville, Washington, and taken to the Everett Animal Shelter, very pregnant. She gave birth the same day, I believe it was the same day, and the next day was transferred to Purrfect Pals. The Everett Animal Shelter is a kill shelter, so if they couldn't find anybody to foster them or somebody to take them, they likely would have been put down. Fortunately, Purrfect Pals had room, and I was able to take them. Everybody gets vaccinated. The standard treatment is vaccinations, flea medications. Uh, I think Marvin wants out. And they're all wormed. Regardless if they have fleas or worms, they get it anyway. When the kittens are old enough, they'll be viral tested. Mama has currently test negative. The question was asked, did Purrfect Pals get enough kitten food? A text I received from Connie later that same day had said that they had 68 cases ordered. So I'm going to find out just how many cases were ordered or how many they received, and then I will post that information. If I send a picture, I'll post that too. You hear that, Connie? Take a picture. Hazel is purring right now, making little biscuits with her paws. You went out, Marvin? There you go. The way you can tell Marvin and Penelope apart is that the markings on the head. Penelope has a white line through the middle. Marvin looks like he has ear muffs, and he has extra dark spots on his back. Sylvester is mostly dark, and Taz is all gray. Question was asked if Mama would test negative, do the kittens also test negative? No, it's if she basically if she got sick right before she or exposed right before she was surrendered, she might have had a negative test, but it still could turn positive. So that's why everybody's tested again. Okay, and we'll let Mama relax with her kittens now. She ate all her food, and she's eating a lot of dry food too. So she's getting all the nourishment that she needs. question was asked, why is the light left on 24 hours a day? Purely for your amusement. I'm being serious. Cats don't have the same day-night cycle that people do. Cats sleep upward of 16 hours a day, and where do you typically find them? In the sunbeam. So light does not bother them. It's an LED light bulb, or a light strip, I should say. And it just mainly just provides a nice even lighting for the camera. Have a good day. Enjoy the kittens.